What up, B Squad? It's your boy JB, and I am here this morning with a brand new review for Ready to Love. This is the reunion, part one, you guys. Now, before I go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, you guys, and also by turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into Ready to Love, shall we? All right, you guys. So, reunion part one. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Like, if y'all watched the reunion last night, tell me your thoughts and your opinions. Like, how did you feel about it? Did you like it? What did you feel? I will say that there were some people that I saw, some dress, some outfits, some hairs, stylists. I was just like, ooh, okay. There were some choices when it comes to the looks of the people at the reunion, but nonetheless, they're there. Will I talk about the fashions? Probably not, because it ain't. I mean, yes, I will. Deanna in that blonde wig. I hated Deanna in that blonde wig. I don't know who told her to do that and why they told Deanna to do that, but that blonde wig was an absolute resounding no. Rose and her leave out, that was a no as well. But I mean, it was some choices. I just will say that it was some choices with the hairstyles and the dresses and everything. Good morning, Tiffany. I even hated Sahara's dress and Sahara's hair. Like, yeah. But neither here nor there. Let's get into the reunion. But again, I want you guys to tell me, what did you think about the reunion? What for me, what I want is this long ass season to wrap up, right? Now we start the reunion up with, I think the first people they had on stage was Angie, it was Angie, Cam, what was the other guy's name? Eddie and Hussein, which I completely forgot about Eddie, but neither here nor there, right? Now we start up with talking about Angie and the busting of the windows. Once again, I was like, oh my God, this is something that's just not going to end. So Tommy asked Angie, like, when was the last time that you bust out the windows? And she had to pause for a minute. I said, girl, if you have to pause, that means you've done it recently. But she said, I haven't done it in 5 years. I was like, 5 years, Angie? Aren't you 40? So you were in your 30s when you did this. Shouldn't you have a little bit of, you know what? Maybe she don't have that much maturity, because I was like, that's not cute, but okay. So then she was like, well, I didn't bust out a car window. I bust out somebody's windows at their house. I was like, is that supposed to make it better? Because I was perturbed by, like, so you didn't bust out somebody's windows in their car. You bust out the windows in their house. So if it's the summertime, now they gotta deal with the air seeping out. If it's the wintertime, now they gotta deal with cold air coming in. Girl, if the police were to come to your house, it come over there, and she was like, but what did they do? Ma'am, it don't matter what they did. You still don't have the right to destroy somebody's property. I don't care how you try to justify, oh, well, he was doing this and he was doing that. Girl, that still doesn't satisfy it. But okay. If it makes Angie feel better, it makes Angie feel better. So then you got Hussein and Eddie defending her. Like, Angie's a good person. Angie's a good person that also busts people's windows out their cars. But I mean, okay. Well, not windows out their car, out their homes. Out their homes. But again, if they like it, I don't love it. That's all I can say. So then Cam is talking, right? And so Cam's whole thing is, when it came down to Angie, he basically wanted Angie to say that she learned from what she did, and that she wouldn't do it again. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, Cam, who the fuck are you? Who are you? And I was kind of with Angie when Angie was like, these men just want yes women. I was like, I do agree with that part. These men this season were trash, in my personal opinion. But I want y'all to tell me what y'all think and feel, because no. So then after that, Tommy asked Angie, like, are you still talking to any of the guys on this stage? She's like, they text every now and again. And so he was like, are you still connected with anybody up here? She was like, she was kind of teasing, but she was like, well, nobody up here. And so then she says she's connected with Khalil. So Khalil is backstage, right? And so Deanna was like, Khalil, you connected with what's her name? Angie? He was like, no, I ain't connected with Angie. He said, and Angie said we were going on a date. They were like, yeah. He was like, I ain't said nothing like that. I was like, oh God, Angie. You go from the worst of the worst, which you go from Cam and Hussein, and now you got Khalil backstage saying he ain't going on no date with you. Okay. Again, these men are trash. Good morning, the Haitian Empress. How are you doing on this good Saturday morning? Like, the men are trash in my personal opinion, but you guys can tell me what you think. Good morning, Shayna. How you doing on this Saturday morning? Thank y'all for coming in. Like, yeah, these men are trash. Like I've said in my pre-recorded videos, if they go back where we at? Philly. If we go back to Philly for another season, please pick better men. Please pick better men. Because these men were the gutter. That's good to hear. Oh, and also I want to say thank you to everybody who commented on my community post about my mom's birthday yesterday. Thank you guys so much. It meant a lot to me. You say it sounded like they smashed too. It did. And we're gonna get into the smashing of it all, because I knew people were smashing, but we don't really get into it when we get into it. So they take a break at this point, right? And at this point, Tommy was like, next up on the stage, we're gonna have Rose and Hussein. So I was like, okay, cool. While I did like Khalil during the season, the way he was trying to conceal what was going on with Angie was not cool. Absolutely not cool. Oh, thank God they're going somewhere else besides. No, thank God. Thank God we ain't doing 2 seasons in Philly. Oh, God. Because I know how some of y'all feel about Texas. I would take another Texas season over Philly. This was the one, like, if I had to rank the Rate of the Love season that I've watched, this one is this is the worst one that I've ever watched. And it ain't got nothing to do with the break is part of it, but that's like half of it. The issue was this cast was just not a good cast, in my personal opinion. Thank you, Shayna. You say plus what in the what in the dildo looking pigtails was going on with his hair? Child, I was trying to figure that out myself. So we see Rose is backstage, right? So Rose is pissed. Actually, I was so confused because at 1 minute they showed her talking to Hussein, and she's like, "We were supposed to come here as a couple." I was like, "Were y'all? Is that something y'all discussed?" First, oh God, I was about to say something. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. When I look at Hussein, this ain't nothing. Well, it might sound personal, but it's not personal. But yeah, Hussein is not a good look. He's not that attractive. But I mean, if they like it, I love it. Like, if I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But if Rose liked it, I love it. So while she was upset, Tay noticed that she was upset, right? So Tay went off and had a conversation with Rose, and basically she was saying, like, you showed these men the love and all that kind of stuff, and since they didn't want to reciprocate it, basically fuck them, right? And I was like, wow, that's an interesting speech to give, but I mean, okay. I kind of echo that sentiment, minus the whole kind of, you know what? No, I echo that sentiment, especially when it comes to Hussein, and we'll talk about him in just a minute, because I still don't see it for Hussein, but that's just me. You guys may see it for him. I don't know. So then we get them on stage. So it is Rose and Hussein and Angie and Cam, right? And so once again, we're talking about not Angie, but Rose and her son's father. And like I said in my review that I did of that episode, here's the thing. I definitely get where they're coming from, in the sense of, you didn't tell me this. But at the same time, it's not like you're going to have to co-parent her son with her and her son's father. Her son is 17 years old, he's almost 18. So if he wants to have a relationship with his father, that is on him. It ain't got nothing to do with Rose. Rose don't have to have anything to do with that man. She doesn't have to co-parent with him. That's the difference between Kiera and Rose. Kiera has young kids that she has to co-parent with that man eventually when he get out of prison. That is, if them kids are not grown by the time he gets out of prison. That's the difference with Kiera and Rose. But then also, when it comes down to Rose, did y'all ever, like she said, did y'all ever ask Rose about her child's father? If you didn't, then that's on you too. You said the Haitian says, I was wondering who's reminded me of all season. Please look up Starving Marvin from earlier seasons of South Park. I feel like I remember who started, because I used to watch South Park back in the day. So I feel like I remember who Starving Marvin is, but I'm gonna have to go back and double check to make sure I'm remembering who Starving Marvin is. So again, like I said, I do get Hussein's thing about finding out at that table and not before. But again, like I said, if you're dating someone and you want to know something about the person, you know she has a son. Why not ask, like, what's the relationship with you and your son's father? That's on you just as much as it is on her. And she was trying to say, okay, let us both take some ownership in this. And I was like, exactly. Y'all all have some ownership in this. So Cam says that, his issue wasn't the fact that the man was in jail. It was the fact that she didn't tell him. And again, I'm going to say this one more time. If you guys know she has a son, then why not ask the question, what is the relationship between you and your son's father? That falls on you guys just as much as it falls on her. So then Rose is like, well, she felt played by Hussein. And Tom's like, I'm not, no, Rose, that's not, I can't let you have that. When I was like, she was played by him, Tommy. Because let's be for real. Okay, I still give him like half of a point for feeling blindsided by that. But in the moment, if you didn't want to say nothing at that table with her, you could have at least had a conversation with her and been like, hey, I felt blindsided when we were sitting at that table and you told my family that your child's father is in prison. You could have said something at any point, but you waited until you get to the deliberation with Tommy to say something, and then you weren't the one that went on the elimination date with her. It was Cam. So Hussein, please miss me, and Tommy, miss me with the bullshit. Like, miss me with the bullshit. The Rose debacle shows that these people ain't hidden on nothing. True. No true discussions. Why wasn't that discussed before? We could see that both Hussein and not Donatello were not getting to know the ladies. Absolutely. And we're gonna get into, like I said, I'm gonna hold off on Cam, but we're gonna definitely get into Cam because I've been told y'all from the jump I didn't see it for Cam. I knew there was something off about Cam, right? So then Rose brought up the fact that Hussein was incarcerated, right? So Hussein said that that's not true, but then he says that there was a situation when he was in college, but he didn't go to jail, he didn't get handcuffed, and none of that stuff. I was like, so what was the situation, sir? Because you're not making yourself clear. But then he wants to go on to say, well, this is the reason why, men don't tell people stuff, because they come back and slap you in the face with it. The same way you slapped her in the face with her son's father? Okay, Hussein, whatever. Hussein acted cowardly. Should have been the one sending Rose home, not Donatello. Exactly. That was my thing. I thought Hussein was lying. I really thought he was lying. Because you told Rose something. Because I don't feel like she would just pull that out of her ass. She could, but I don't feel like she would. I don't feel like that's what she was doing, right? So then we talked about why Hussein self-eliminated. And so Hussein says, well, yeah, there was a connection with me and Angie, but I didn't want it to look like, Rose is gone, so now I'm going to get with Angie. That's exactly what it was, sir. But I think you realized that people would perceive it that way. So you said, you know what? Let me just self-eliminate to make myself look like the good guy when you're really not, right? So then he said that the reason why he left is because he didn't want to force things with Angie. I was like, how are you forcing things with Angie if you, quote unquote, have a connection with her? If you have a connection with Angie, then just explore the connection further and see where it goes. Like at the end of this process, you don't have to be in a relationship with somebody. You can easily say, I do pick you, but right now let's take things slow and get to know each other further outside of this process. But you didn't do that because you were never really into, like, I really don't believe that you were into her, but that's my personal opinion. I think some of these men were just playing the game. Cam the scam was off and utterly unattractive. No business having 3 connections. Black women need to do better grasping gassing up lames like Cam. Let me throw that one in for free. Cisco the buffed brokey. Child, speaking of Cisco, why was that man on stage sweating up a storm? Now I know that they're under hot lights, but my God, that man was sweating. He ain't got nobody's shirt on, but he was dabbing the sweat. I was like, Cisco, sir, you might want to go to a doctor and get that checked out because you sweated the entire season. You sweated the entire season. Now, can I also say something real quick, you guys? On a Woodpecker production. Y'all know I don't remember half these people, right? Because then Thomas says, all right, so now we're going to move over and get the truth from True. I said, who? Who the hell is True? Who the hell is True? I can't with y'all, but it did not help. Nothing helped that man. Like he's sweating profusely. But I was like, who the hell is True? Like I really was sitting there thinking, who the hell is True? And then they showed her package. I was like, I really don't remember this lady. But then when I got to the Google Docs of it, I was like, oh, I was like, damn, that shit was back. Oh God, that was back in the early half of the year. What, March or so? Because it premiered in February, right? So February and March. Bitch, we're in September. I had no idea who that woman was. I was like, I don't know. I'm sorry to this lady, but I don't know you. So we get into the whole Google Docs of it all, the Google phone number of it all. I didn't care when it happened. I don't care today. That's it. So Khalil is on stage, right? And y'all remember Khalil asked her what was her age, and she didn't tell Khalil how old she was. I still don't care about that either. I don't understand why she didn't. I mean, she don't have to tell her age, but I was kind of wondering, girl, what is the secret about your age? I had completely forgot about half these people. I did too. Like I don't understand the whole thing about her age. So she says that she told Khalil her age, but it was in a basement. He says she was lying. I said I don't give a damn, but neither here nor there. So then she was like, well, you were asking my age because you were gauging because you are looking for childbearing age women. Now I want y'all to tell me, how do y'all feel about that? I want y'all to tell me y'all's thoughts and opinions. Is it bad that he was gauging? Like, do y'all think it was bad that he was gauging for, if a woman is able to have kids? Personally, here's what I will say. Should that be the main thing he's looking for? No. But I mean, if he wants kids, then y'all gonna be in a relationship. Like, I feel like when it comes to relationships, when you're looking to partner up with someone, finances and age of it, and especially if the man or the woman wants kids, y'all need to talk about the age of it all, because you don't want to be with somebody, especially like, I'll give y'all a perfect example. Like, remember Jeannie Mai with her ex-husband, that man wanted kids. Well, they both got married, but they said they didn't want kids, but he changed his mind and he left her and got with a woman and had a kid, right? So those are important conversations to have if you want kids, if you don't want kids. So, but yeah, I don't think it was a bad thing. But True made it out like you aren't ready to love. Again, man, ready to love. He's looking for love. He's looking for love. And I'm using air quotes when I say love. I mean, he's looking for love in marriage, and he wants kids. Can you adopt? Yes. Can you go through, can you go through surrogacy and all that kind of stuff? Yes, but some of those things cost money. Whereas having kids naturally, it don't cost money to do it. But that's my 2 cents. The hiatus was too much to ask of the viewers for people we don't relate to. Bad move, but at least the reunion was fun to watch. It was. Okay, so it is normal for Khalil to do so. I'm sorry, but the question is valid because he wants kids. If someone wants children, age is important. Okay, cool. And True was lying. I don't believe she's 35. I don't believe she's 35 either. I really don't. She's a beautiful. And let me say this true, because if y'all find this, let me say this. I don't believe you're 35, but you are a beautiful woman. But I just don't believe you're 35. And what it could be the way you dress, and it could be your hairstyle, because those things do read older. Just being honest, especially your cast photo. That shit read older. That shit, I thought you were in your 40s. And again, that ain't no slight, no shade to anybody in their 40s. Because, we all getting older. So that ain't no slight, no shade. But you're a very pretty lady. So I don't want you to take anything as shade. You're very pretty. You just don't look the age that you say you are. That's all I got to say. So she's in a relationship with, well, she says she's dating. So congratulations. It ain't nobody on that stage, which I kind of figured that. Yeah, she's a very pretty lady. At least she left. God, at least she left her Medea dress from the mixer at home this time. Yeah, because that dress from the mixer was hideous. Whew. So yeah, moving on, you guys. So then we moved on to Fritz. To be honest with you, I kind of forgot about Fritz too. Until we started talking about that poly stuff. I was like, oh, okay, this is that guy. Good morning, little baby. How are you doing on this good Saturday morning? So yeah, we talked about, again, like I said, I forgot about Fritz. So Fritz was asked the question, is he into poly? He said he's not. I believe the lie detector test would say that that's a lie. So then Tommy was talking to Sahara and asking Sahara, about her relation, their connection in the beginning. And she said, yeah, it fizzled off because I felt like he wasn't consistent. And I'm not gonna sit here and say Sahara was wrong, because and it sounded like the text messages that she said he sent, it just didn't sound like it was anything behind the text messages. And I can understand that. So then, excuse me, y'all. So then we brought, excuse me. So then we brought up the fact of him wanting Sahara out of the process, right? He sat there and lied and said he didn't. He wasn't doing that, and the men said that of their own volition. And I was like, sir, we just saw the footage, and you were definitely whispering to some guys, help me get out Sahara. But okay. But you sitting her lying to her. You sitting her lying, but you know what? Do you? Not no Nick Fritz got him a lady. He did. I didn't see this episode or the second half of the season for that fact, but I'll listen and chime in when I can. Oh, thank you. I'll be honest with you, little baby. You ain't missed nothing. You missed not a damn thing with this cast. If Fritz is really Shaniece, then trust that he will ask to bring another lady into the bed and into bear him children. She will be his financial winning side. Okay. Y'all just as shady as I am, but I love it. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Where we at now? Oh, so we talking about the whole Fritz wanting Sahara out of the process, right? And so Fritz is saying again, he said that he didn't say that, which he did. Then Sister was like, you were talking to us about it. He was. So then Tommy asked Cam about defending Sahara. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna defend anybody that's, there's a connection of mine. And I was like, Cam, you had ulterior motives for doing that. Let's just be real about the situation. You had ulterior motives, but that's neither here nor there. So Cam says that he was defending his connection, right? But Shaniece is on the other end of the couch, and Shaniece was like, Cam, that's bogus. That's a lie. Because you were texting me and you were asking me who you should pick. Now, mind you, when she said this, my mom was thinking something. I don't know where my mom was at, right? When she said, you asked me who to pick. I was thinking she meant early in the process. I thought she was talking about like, early in the process that he texted her and he was going back and forth. But I'm gonna put a little bit of a pin in that because we're gonna come back to it in just a minute. Because then she says that he asked her because she was going on a trip somewhere, and he asked her to go and be her boy toy. And I was like, huh? So Cam says, yeah, I did ask her. I did say that to her, but I was joking. No, sir, you were not joking. Like, miss me with the bullshit. Oh, no, you fine. Apologies for the missing words and typos. Typing slower than I think. No, you're fine because I'm the same way sometimes too. So it's okay. What was I saying? I know what I was saying. Oh, this is something I want to mention that I forgot to mention early in the live. Now, remember, I said if y'all watched my review from last week, I mentioned the fact that we didn't see Angie and Cam have a conversation. Why the fuck did they put that shit in the beginning of the reunion where they show Cam and Angie having a conversation where he's not going to pick her? I was like, you know what? On Rated to Love, I'm gonna let y'all have it. Ain't no way True is. No, she definitely ain't no 30 something. Cam is trifling as hell. Not let me fast forward. When Shaniece said, "Was there a ha ha?" And I'm about to say Andy. Y'all, I'm so used to Andy Cohen hosting reunions. Tommy said, "Did he say hello?" She said, "No." The spirit traveler was trying to make it out of the U.S. for the first time on Shanice's dime. I don't disagree with you, Cam. I definitely do not disagree with that. The Haitian Empress. I definitely don't disagree with that. So then, is this the point where so we find out that Shaniece and Fritz are in a relation or dating or doing something with each. They got a connection. They didn't. He said that's his woman. I don't know what that means, but he said that's his woman. She's happy that she met him in the process. Congratulations to the two of them. I hope you're happy. I still believe that man is poly. But you know what? I mean, she got naked with Cisco, so cool. Y'all are a match. In my personal opinion, I think y'all would be a good match for each other. That is all I gotta say. So then we move backstage, right? So Sahara is talking to Cam, right? And this is where I pegged that Cam was a fucking liar. But I already knew Cam was a liar. But this is where I really pegged it, right? So Cam backstage is talking to Sahara. She was like, "So when was this? Like, when did you talk? When did you talk to what's her name again? Shaniece, right?" And he was like, "Oh, that was before our date on the boat." I said, "Wait a minute, your date on the boat, sir." By that point, she was already gone from the process. So why are you texting someone who is not on this journey anymore about who you should pick? And then he was like, "But yeah, I did text her about the boy toy thing, but it was just a joke." And she asked me when I was gonna come over and fuck her. And Cam, I bet you went over, and I'm pretty sure if Shaniece asked you to do that, I'm pretty sure you probably went over there and did it, didn't you? But again, I'm gonna put a pin in you, Cam, because I'm gonna come back to you in just a minute. That's my woman is not the same as my man, my man, my man. Oh God. If I never hear that saying again in my life, it'll be too soon. I hate when I hear women say that. My man, my man, my man. My man, my man, my man. That's not ugh. You know what, ladies, if let me say this. I do hate to hear it, but if y'all like saying it, I ain't gonna sit here and knock y'all. But for me, I just hate hearing that saying. I'm so sorry. I hate hearing my man, my man, my man. Kiwan says I never really saw it for Cam. Me either. Shaniece was sharing nothing but the truth about Donatello. Absolutely. I think Sahara is well aware that Cam's scam is a liar. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute because I have an issue with Tommy. What's going on with all this hunching? Child, I don't know. But I would love to know why. Because these men are the bottom of the barrel. But hey, again, if they like it, I love it. I don't believe Shaniece said that to Cam. Again, even if I believe that she said it to him, I don't think he turned her down. Because Shaniece, let's just be real. Despite the fact that I don't like Shaniece's makeup, Shaniece is a beautiful woman and she got a banging body. So I wouldn't turn her down. So I don't believe Cam turned her down. even if we want to say that was true, Cam probably still hit. Okay, okay. So it's not just me that can't stand my man. Okay, cool, good. But yeah, even if Shaniece said that, which I don't believe it, but even if she did say it, Cam didn't turn her down. And again, like I said, we're gonna put a little pin in there because we're gonna come back to it. Because we definitely gonna come back to it. Yes, her body is definitely T. All right, so yeah, we're gonna put a pin in Cam. Actually, no, we're not gonna put a pin in Cam because Cam got cussed out backstage. Andrew's like, Cam, if you're gonna talk about me, make sure you have facts and keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. I said, Angie, this is why they were worried about you. This is why they were worried about you because, ma'am, why did you go from, we ain't seen you at all in a few minutes, and you come backstage telling that man to keep your name out his motherfucking mouth. Okay. So Sahara grabbed her and she was like, girl, just calm down. I was thinking the same through. Calm down, Angie. Girl, what's wrong? Let's talk this through. Let's talk this through. Also, Angie, I hate this dress that you got on. It is ugly. This dress is ugly that Angie got on. Oh, God, I hate this dress. I had to say it. So Angie says that, and Sahara was like, you don't want to talk to him and let him at least lie his way out of it? I said, this is exactly what he's going to do. So Angie says that, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly the wording that she used, but it has something to do with her ex. And I guess she was he called her abusive or aggressive toward her ex because he was talking to other, in her words, bitches. I was like, oh. And so she said that she got this from Rose. Do I believe that Cam said this? Yes. So she sat down with Cam and Cam was like, I didn't say that. He was like, but mind you, he asked her who told her that. I was like, if you didn't say it, why do you care who told her? Like, shut up, Cam. But okay, whatever. I'm surprised you have not said anything about the Malik Yoba crust level of Cam's lips during this reunion. I didn't want to mention it. I didn't want to mention anything about Cam's lips because I wished I was tired of the camera focusing on him, and I was I didn't want to mention it because Cam is not. Oh God, Cam, like, oh God, no. Oh God, no. I wasn't even trying to picture that because Cam is just not. The thing with Cam is I feel like Cam thinks he's finer than what he actually isn't. Because I don't think Cam is a good looking guy. That's just my 2 cents. He ain't attractive. He's not a good looking guy. And I ain't got no problem with saying a guy is handsome. Because I'll tell you guys, a guy on this cast that I would say that is a good looking guy, even though I think he's trash. Cisco. Cisco is a good looking guy. Khalil is a handsome guy. Who else? Eddie is a handsome guy. I don't know what Eddie has on, but Eddie is handsome. But Cam is just not Cam is not handsome. And how do I want to say this? The facially challenged niggas on this season had the gall and the gumption. Cam and Hussein. Because them niggas are facially challenged, in my personal opinion. You ladies may not think so, but they're not the best looking guys. But okay. Child, not Eddie is a halal dusty. Yeah, Khalil is handsome. And again, like I said, I have no problem with saying a guy is handsome. Like, I have no problem with that. But Cam ain't it. Uh, he's not the best looking thing, but he's not ugly. No, no. And let me say, he's not an ugly guy. He's definitely not ugly, but he's just not the best looking of this cast. If him and Eddie were in the same room, it would be Eddie. Starvin Marvel was quite audacious. He was. But yes, Eddie, Cisco, and Khalil are the best looking ones. Hell, somebody else that I would give, I would say is handsome, even though I just can't get past the fact that you on this fucking show with multiple, and y'all know I hate this word, baby mamas. Daddy Daycare. I forget what his name is. I forget what his actual name is. The nigga that was arguing with old girl about the phone number. He's a handsome guy. But Cam and Hussein, and again, I'm not saying that they're ugly. I'm just saying that they moving on. Moving on. I agree they was moving on. Eddie just rolled out of bed and came to the reunion. He did, because I was like, Eddie, what in the hell do you have on? But neither here nor there. So that was that. So we moved back on stage. And like I said, when it comes to Sahara, Sahara, these cramps. I was like, damn, did we just roll back to 2001? But she, ending the season, I really like Sahara. I remember, and it's so interesting because I remember the beginning of the season, I wasn't really here for Sahara, but ending the season, I really like Sahara, and I've really dug Sahara in this reunion because Sahara was me quite a few times. Damn it, that's his name, Naeem. I can remember his name. He would be my first choice until he tells me about those children. It's them children. Oh God, ain't he in his 40s? Again, y'all know I'm not ageist or nothing. Like, but damn, you got that many kids, and your kids are young. So when did you start? And are you done? Probably not. Yes, I really like Sahara when she chose herself too, right? Me too. I agree with that. So we talk about Sahara and what's his name? Cam, right? So Sahara says that she and Cam, they were supposed to, after the process was over, they were supposed to get to know each other. They were supposed to figure it out, continue to get to know each other and see where it went. But it didn't go anywhere because she said he didn't really try to communicate with her, right? And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna put what happened in there, right? So she blocked him, but I got why she blocked him, because she said that because he said, I would call you and text you. She said, babe, did the text messages go through? Because I blocked you. I was like, high five, Sahara. High five me, girl, because I was here when you said you blocked that nigga. So she said she blocked him because, when he would text her, it would just be like, good morning, and there would be no thought behind it. I was like, yeah, because he wanted you to pursue him. He wanted you to chase him. That's what Cam wanted this whole entire time. That's why Cam kept you to the end, because he wanted, like, Cam wanted you to want him more than he wanted you. That's my thoughts and opinions. You guys can tell me if you agree, disagree. Naeem grew on me over the course of the season. I don't know if I would agree with that one for me. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I don't know if I agree with that, because I don't remember him. I don't remember. I vaguely remember Naeem. She needed to block him, absolutely. Indeed, because Cam is not worth her time. Right. So then Tommy was like, can we make this, can we make this connection? Because he was like, he still have feelings for Sahara. I was like, no, you don't. So Tommy was like, well, can we kind of make this, a thing? She was like, oh, maybe. So Tom was like, okay, can you unblock the man? I said, Sahara, girl, don't unblock that nigga. Please don't unblock that man. Please do not unblock him. So Rose was like, girl, be careful. And so Tom was like, wait, Rose, what's going on over here? He is as manipulative as he is lame. I agree. Cam Raggedy tells self definitely thought he was the prize. He did. And I agree. This pissed me off. When I tell you that shit pissed me off, I was like, Tommy, why are you asking this girl to unblock him? So when Rose said, not too much on that. Like, girl, be careful with him. So Tommy was like, what does that mean, Rose? So Rose was like, I had a connection with him as well. And, he and we talked after the process was over. And so she says that much like with Fritz, Cam wants to be poly. I said, you don't say. You don't say, Rose. But Rose, you're a pick me. So nothing you're saying shocks me. Like, Rose, you are so. I was about to say you stupid, but I'm gonna retract that. I'm gonna stick with the word I said earlier. You're a fucking pick me, because girl, I'd be fucking damn if anybody is gonna make a fucking fool of me on television, and I'm gonna continue to talk to them, and it don't even stop there. Yeah, Rose came with the assist, but she still proved what a pick me she is. That's why I say these women need to stop gassing up these below average Negroes with nothing to offer. Rename the show Ready to Struggle, because the way Tommy is pushing the struggle love narrative is vomit inducing. I agree. So Rose says Cam wants to be poly because Cam said that in a previous relationship, he cheated, right? And so Cam was like, that's not how it happened. Okay, please explain to the classroom what happened, Cam. So Cam says, yes, I did cheat in a previous relationship, and basically he don't want to do that again. But if he is tempted, he don't want to do that, so he wants to be open about it. I said, nigga, what? Nigga, what? Run that back. Run that back. Okay. So here's my thing. And see, I'm not gonna give you guys too much of my business, but y'all know I'm single. I'm not in a relationship with anybody, and that's by my own choice, right? But me and my best friend, we were actually having a conversation because my best friend wants me to be in a relationship. She wants me to get married, right? Because she's like, I feel like if you get married, she said, I want you to find somebody so that she doesn't have to worry about me as much, right? Because I know my best friend is worried about me since my mom died, and I love my best friend for that, right? But I told my best friend, I was like, right now, I don't feel like I want to be in a relationship. I was like, and even if I do get in a relationship, I don't feel like I would want to be in a monogamous relationship. And that's just me. And the thing is, when it comes to anybody that I talk to or date, I tell people from the jump that if you're looking for a monogamous relationship or you're looking for a relationship in general, it's not going to be with me. Like, I date other people, I talk to other people. And I'm always upfront about that. That's never something that you're going to ever be shocked to hear from me. Like, oh, you never told me that you talked to other people, or you never told me that, it wasn't just me. I always tell people, I always say that from the jump and be upfront about it. But Cam, like, and that's why I do that, because I've been cheated on, and I don't ever want to be cheated on again, right? But Cam, like, you could have led with this a long time ago, but you want to sit. That's why you've had so many. That's why you had as many connections as you had. Again, you were playing a fucking game. So then, I'm gonna get to your. He playing in folks. Yeah, he was playing in folks' faces. Yes, be open and honest. Allow people to have a choice. Exactly, and that's my whole thing. I always want you to know who I am, know what I'm doing, and if you can get with that, cool. If not, then we can be friends with each other, and leave it at that. But I would never lead somebody on to make them believe that either one, I want a relationship, or two, I want a monogamous relationship. Like, that's weird to me. Big time, little baby. But again, they kind of allowed it. But maybe all of these women wanted to stay on as long as possible, and pursuing this delusional lame was a strategy. I'm going to hope it was a strategy, because if it wasn't, it makes no sense to me. Cam was lame, 100%. So Rose, girl, when I say, oh God, I keep almost saying that word. You're less than smart. You're less than smart, and you literally are showing that you are a fucking pick me. Because, girl, you had sex with Cam. Why? So Rose says that she went over to Cam's place once before and she saw some condom wrappers, and they weren't theirs, because every time they have sex, they use condoms. I was like, I'm gonna clap you for that one, Rose, that you use a condom with him. But why are you having sex with him? Girl, this man played in your face. Like he made it like, even though in this reunion he says it wasn't an issue that your son's father was in prison. Yes, it was, because the deliberation with Tommy, when Hussein brought it up, his face said it was an issue. But okay. So she says that it wasn't their condom wrapper. So it was obviously another woman that she found out that he was sleeping with. And so then she asked him, are you expecting? Well, girl, if he was using a condom, I don't think he would be expecting, would he? I mean, I know a condom ain't 100% effective, but okay. Rose was also looking for, honestly, when it comes to the reunion, I also do feel like Rose was looking for moments. That's my little personal opinion. But you got to tell me what you think. You mean is at Q1J a forever? Oh yeah, he's a forever lame. Rose was unhinged. She was. Rose is a pygmy, you guys. Like, I'm sorry. Rose thought because she gave it up, then that would solidify her connection, but she still didn't get picked. She needs to feel played, girl, and for sure by Cam. For sure by Cam, girl. The fuck? Okay, girl. Rose wanted it to be known because Cam still wanted Sahara. I got that point. I absolutely understood that. That I'm not upset about. I'm not upset that she revealed it so that she could, save Sahara, but it didn't make her look good at all. It didn't make her look good. I was like, well, damn. What I would ask a question though, but no, she said this was after the process. So this is after he played in your face. You wouldn't even get like, if I was a woman and you played in my face like that on national television, bitch, you wouldn't even get a whiff of my vagine. You wouldn't get a whiff of it. You wouldn't be able to do nothing. You couldn't do nothing near me. But okay. So she went down the Philly sewers to go to Donatello's house. Guess she did not run into Master Splinter because she does not have an ounce of wisdom. I agree. Yeah, that was after the process. But again, if Rose like it, I love it. And obviously the sex was good, because she said it sounded like they had sex more than once. So obviously the sex was good to her. But I mean, okay. I think she gave it to Hussein because she was doing too much crying. Child, when she was crying during this segment, I was like, girl, what is going on hither? But okay. I don't think I would have released that info if I was Rose. Yeah, I probably would have held on to it too. I would have. Here's the thing. I would have said something to Sahara, but I wouldn't have said it on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been like, when Tommy was like, what's going on? All I would have said was, damn, how would I have said it? Well, actually, what I would have said to Tommy is, just know he and I did talk after the process was over. Some things happened, and I don't want to get into it on this stage. But Sahara, me and you, we gotta have a backstage, off camera, with these mics off. Me and you gotta have a conversation, because this nigga right here, he ain't it. He ain't it. Also, Rose, one more time, who did your hair? Because that leave out is atrocious. That leave out is horrible. My God, today that leave out was between you, old girl with the little pixie cut, whatever the girl that don't comb her hair, and Deanna, y'all got the worst hair. That leave out was blowing me. Then I think her name was Rocky, right? With the short hair. Girl, you still ain't brushed your hair. And then, like I said, Deanna with this blonde wig. Ladies, yes, y'all know I love, especially my black women. Y'all know I love y'all. Love y'all down. Can we? The 613. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. And it do, blonde do look good on black women. I will say that I love blonde on black women. But the 613 ain't for everybody. It just ain't. It just ain't. And I even have a cousin, that her hair is that color blonde. And that's because it grows from her scalp. Like I have a cousin that is blonde, a natural blonde. I think the problem was not the leave out, but had the half wig been less shiny, it would have been a good look. She is a nice looking lady. Rose is a beautiful woman, but that hair, I was like, my God, what is going on with this hair? It was no. It was a no. Your dress is pretty. But that hair is a no. That hair is a hell to the no. Rocky gonna forever look like she rolled out of bed. She is. Oh, Deanna was in Misha's chat. Deanna was on Misha's live last night, and we respectfully told her the wig was a nah. What did she say? Like, did she say something to y'all? Did she say anything? Because yeah, that wig is a hell no. That wig. When I saw that shit, I said, "What the fuck is this?" Look up Beauty and the Beast TV series and tell me if that wig was not. It is. I already know. Okay, she laughed it off. Cool. But yeah, that wig wasn't it. Yes, Rocky looks so disheveled. I was like, girl, do you brush your hair? Do you brush your hair? Do you own a brush? Do you want a comb? I mean, and I know, I know the natural look, and it's fine. But even when you have your natural hair, you still got to do your hair. But okay, that's all we got. So yeah, next week is part 2 of the reunion. Now that looks like it's gonna be interesting too, because we're gonna find out if Kiera and Coolio, Omar Epps are still together. We're gonna find out if Tay let Cisco move into her apartment. And that's what else did I don't even remember what all I saw in that preview of next week's part 2. I don't remember. And we're gonna continue on with Cam if he's expecting a baby. I honestly don't care if Cam is expecting a baby or not, to be quite honest with you. Let's just keep it a buck with each other. I don't give a damn because I don't like Cam. Cam is a hell to the no for me. No. I always said that Rocky always looked like she fought raccoons in Philly alleys all the way to filming because the way she's always disheveled. Oh my God, now she fought raccoons. Oh, let me say this because I know that the Ready to Love people they do always find my videos. Let me say this: the things that have been said in this live are just jokes, and they're jokes. And some of them I have not said. I'm just reading what other people have said. But the things that I have said are mostly jokes. Now, some of them are true. But also the things that I've said that I feel, please don't take offense to it. Please do not take offense to it. I don't know none of y'all personally. I don't know y'all. Y'all don't know me. And, I have nothing personal against any of you guys. I think you guys are all, I don't have an issue with none of y'all. This is a TV show. I know that this show is edited and stuff, so I don't care. I really don't care. Even when it comes to the Cam of it all, I still think you're trash. But, let me say this. To the minute I've said that I think they're trash. I think they're trash as dating partners. They may be good. They may be good men, but as from what we saw on the show as a dating partner, you guys are not suitable for dating, in my personal opinion. And if you guys are with, you got girlfriends that feel differently, congratulations to those ladies. Ain't got shit to do with me. Just my little opinion, my 2 cents. That's all I got to say. Um, Rocky didn't do her hair, didn't try to do her hair. And again, you guys, and again, Rated the Love cast of Philly. Again, everything on here, we just having fun. Please, for the love of God, don't take offense to it, because my God, because I have had some Rated the Love cast members that got offended by things that have been said on my lives. And I've been tagged quite a few times. It's like, I've been tagged, I've been DM'd, and it's like, oh my God, like, and they always want to explain themselves. It's like, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Once I click this, like here's the thing that I also, and I say this every season. I think I say this every season. I know a lot of us say it every season. Once this season wraps up, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna remember y'all by the next time. By the time we get to the next season, the only people that I remember are the ones who have been like. There are some Rated the Love cast members that I am cool with, right? There are definitely some that I'm cool with to this day. I haven't talked to them in a while, but there are some of them that I'm really cool with, and they didn't take me. The ones that I'm cool with are the ones who laughed at what I said, and they write. It's no hard feelings. It's no hard feelings at all. But yeah, some of them definitely do be getting their feelings, and that's why I say, if y'all come across this live, it's all good. It's all good, because I'm not trying to date none of y'all. Y'all live in Philly. I'm in Texas. I'm in Dallas, Texas. So yeah. He now lives amongst doctors and lawyers. LOL. Oh, really? Okay. I guess that Tubi money is coming. Okay. Okay. Doctors and lawyers. Yeah, I guess so. And that's the other thing. Like, didn't y'all? There's some. I don't know. Well, I know I heard it somewhere that ain't Cisco trying to be an actor. Do you have a job, sir? And I'm just that's just a question. Do you have a job, like a real job? But neither here nor there. That's all I got, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me in the live. What else we got coming up? So you guys know, really being we do Beyond the Gates. So her nephew's birthday party is today, so that's why we're not doing it today. So she and I we discussed it. We're gonna do Beyond the Gates tomorrow. And I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video later today for it. Also, I gotta do Love at the Lockup. And also, you guys, y'all don't know this about me, but I'm a music lover. Much like Scotty, I love music. I was in a band in the 6th grade, got out in the 7th and 8th grade, but then when I got to high school, I got back into band. So I love music. Music is my life, right? So y'all know yesterday, Cardi released her highly anticipated sophomore album, Am I the Drama? I've listened to it. I've listened to it now twice. So I actually got some things that I'm about to do in a little bit. So I'm gonna go out and run some errands. So while I'm running the errands, I'm gonna listen to the album for a 3rd time, and I'm gonna do an album review for it. Now I don't know if I'm gonna go live or if I'm gonna do a pre-recorded review, album review for it. But I am excited to talk about Cardi's album because, in my personal opinion, I thought she did a stellar job. This album was great. Her rollout, I loved the rollout of Cardi's album. So yeah, you guys. So we're gonna definitely do Cardi's album. We're going to do Love at the Lockup, Life at the Lockup, and Beyond the Gates. And like I said, definitely be sure to check out Me and Really B tomorrow. Definitely be able to check out Me and Really B tomorrow on Really B's platform, where we do Beyond the Gates. I know people don't like her. You don't like Cardi's music. She can. I get it. I definitely get it. Her lyrics are real juvenile, and and I'm not gonna sit there and say I get it. I know people don't like her music. I know people feel like she can't rap. What I will say is, I think that who the people who produce and do all that stuff for her, I think they do a great job for her. I will say that I think they do a good job for her, because there are definitely some songs on there, that album, that I really love. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I definitely get it, and I'm not upset, And I want y'all to know that. I know people, and I know you guys. I know, I know. I know how y'all feel, but I'm sorry. I'm a music lover. That's where it's coming from. I'm a music lover. I like music, and so I knew I was going to listen to the album. I knew I was going to support the album. And and here's the thing, I like all rap. Like, I even like Nicki Minaj. I listen to her music, even though I think she's problematic at times. I listen to Nicki. I support Nicki. So now, if y'all hear me go for anybody, like with rap, y'all know Meg is my girl currently. Like, Meg is that girl. From Meg and Glow, I love Meg and Glow. Love them down. Love Meg and Glow down. I do not understand why she gets so much support from the Black community. And I get it, you guys. I know she said some things that are problematic, and I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. I'm definitely not gonna sit here and deny that. I do know that. But I mean, it's kind of like with any. I'm gonna say this real quick. Like, I'm gonna give y'all somebody that said some problematic shit yesterday, that I was like, girl, you didn't have to mention this. Kelly fucking Price. Kelly Price. Can't stand that heifer. Because Kelly Price, I don't know why Kelly Price felt the need to mention Maya when she's talking about what a man said to her, but she wants to bring up Maya. So yeah, and I still listen to Kelly Price's old music. Like, I still listen to that, even though I think Kelly Price is a trash ass human being too. Same with Nikki Gilbert. I think Nikki Gilbert is trash, but I still listen to her music. Like, now, there are people that I don't listen to. Like, I don't listen to R. Kelly, and I don't listen to Diddy. Those two I don't fuck with, right? But like, yeah, like, I still listen to Kelly Price. I still listen to Kelly Price, and I think that woman is terrible. Can't stand Kelly Price. Couldn't become a doctor or a lawyer or anything for that matter. And I'm sure has been the type to piss on women's accomplishments while only seeking accomplished women. Oh, you talking about Cisco? Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't shock me. Kelly Price is garbage truck juice. Yeah, I don't disagree, and I get it. I know some of y'all, like I said, I get it. I know some of y'all don't like Cardi, and that's fine. I really do. I know some of y'all don't like her, and that's okay. If y'all don't like her, that's fine. And I'm not gonna sit here and try to force her on anybody, because we all like who we like. Like I said, I'm just a music person, and that's never gonna change. But you mentioned Glow, who felt the need to diss a legend like Whoopi Legend when trying to go after Young Thug. Now, that part I didn't know. Because what I will say, I haven't really been keeping up with the whole Young Thug, Glorilla, and Mariah the Scientist stuff. I haven't really been keeping up with that stuff. But you guys, I mean, tell me what did she say? Like, and to use Whoopi as a diss, I hate, like, that's low. The problem, and here's the thing, people have done that for years, use Whoopi Goldberg as a diss to any, like, to say a man looks like Whoopi. They use it as a diss because of colorism, because people think that just because Whoopi is a dark-skinned woman, more specifically because she's a dark-skinned woman, they think she's ugly. I've never thought Whoopi was ugly. I have never thought Whoopi was an ugly woman. She's a beautiful woman. Only thing that kind of freaks me out, it don't even freak me out. It's just I don't know if she can't grow eyebrows or if she just chooses to shave her eyebrows off. But the fact that Whoopi ain't got no damn eyebrows. But I love Whoopi now. Y'all know I watch The View every morning, and Whoopi is my girl. I fucks with Whoopi. Now, I actually like Mariah the Scientist album. Okay, I have to go listen to it. You say, I stopped listening to a radio show because of a word association game. Whoopi is a beautiful woman. Plus, with with that level of exactly, yeah, Whoopi's court. I love Whoopi. I think she looks beautiful. Like when she went to the Oscars this year, the dress that she wore, amazing. When she went to the Met Gala, she looked amazing. Like Whoopi is beautiful, but Whoopi is not the typical standard of beauty for certain people. And even and even amongst our community, and even amongst our community, she's not the so-called standard of beauty, but she's a beautiful woman nonetheless. Nonetheless, she's a beautiful woman. And like I said, I go up for Whoopi. I love me some Whoopi, even when they tried to cancel her for her comments that she made what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago on The View, and they suspended her for like a week or so. But yeah, you guys, that's really all I got. Like I said, but for sure, I know Love at the Lockup. Like I ain't even watched that yet, so I gotta watch that, and then I definitely gotta watch Beyond the Gates because I did not watch Beyond the Gates this week. Don't tell Really B I said that. Don't tell her. Yeah. Anything else? I will keep you guys posted. I think that's all we got is Beyond the Gates. I do want to do a let's get into the blogs where but the main story is something that I don't want to talk about, you guys. Like I don't understand why this man has been on my television for the last fucking week. And then I'll say this and then we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. So I woke up this morning, right? And I had it on my local news station. Well, no, I didn't. I turned it on to my local news station because I watch Good Morning America, right? And our local news came on. So y'all know that man that they've had on the TV for the last week, right? Y'all know they're having his services tomorrow. Why I know this? Because my local news station. So they're having his service at the State Farm Arena out there in Arizona, right? They have amped up security. I'm rolling my eyes. And my local news station said they will be televising the service. I said, say what? Why? What has this man done for all this? What the fuck has he done but say the most hateful shit that he could ever say in his life? Do I agree with what happened to him? No. But do I give a fuck? No, I don't. So thank God so my local news station, they got an app. That's where they're gonna have it at. Thank God they're gonna have it on the fucking app because I was like, I wish I would sit here and watch that shit. The fuck? That's all I got, you guys. So yeah. So we're gonna do a let's get into the blogs. That might be a car video. I'm not certain. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. Again, like I said, I definitely do appreciate you guys for jumping in live with me and having a conversation with me. And we will do this again next week. Now, y'all know next Saturday, I will be hosting the Beyond the Gates panel with Really B. So I got to figure out what time is going to work for that. We may do it at 11 o'clock, but that means that this week I got to watch Beyond the Gates every day on time. Okay. But again, I do appreciate you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the reviews for Love After Lockup, Beyond the Gates, and the album review. If you guys are not supporting the album, just do me a favor. When it comes to that, just be sure, just like the video for me, and you can mute it. I'm fine with that. If you guys want to mute it, that's fine as well. But just support me. Support me. That's all I ask. And I'm gonna get off here, you guys. Again, like I said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.